tonight, has one of the hottest daytime talk shows around. He's also the author of this new book, which they didn't put out here. Imagine I'm holding a book right now called Ringmaster, and he's about to make his screen debut in the film of the same name. Let's take a look.
No, not the place. Come on, go!
Hey, stop. That's enough. Hey, come on. That is totally unacceptable, all right? Just calm down. Save it for the show, okay? Okay. Unacceptable.
Riveting action. Please welcome Jerry Springer. I hope you're using this power for good. That's all I'm going to say.
The end of Western civilization is my goal here.
Oh, really? You want to ruin the whole civilization? Is that the idea?
That's what I've been accused of, and I'm working at it. I always got it. I think
you're going to go with
one
that.
more week and we crumble.
Well, let's talk about the movie. You have a movie.
Yes.
There's a Jerry Springer movie. It's called Ringmaster. Now, it hasn't come out yet, not for a little bit.
Wednesday
comes out, but they must have been testing it in front of audiences. What's the audience response to this film?
So far, it's been great. I went to the premiere, which they had in L.A., and everybody laughs. And so it's a funny comedy. I mean, I didn't write it, so I'm not taking the credit, but it's a very funny movie. The problem is that for me, sitting there watching it, I'm in a love scene. And I was being serious about it, and that was the biggest laugh in the movie. Everybody just... No,
I know what you're talking about, believe me. Well, how did that make you feel? I mean,
not good. I'm never taking my shirt off in public again.
He took his shirt off in this?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's a love scene. You're not wearing it. I mean, I'm under the sheets, but it was
what
horrible.
What kind of movie is this? We have a love scene.
It's about
Is there a car chase in it at any point?
The movie's about the impact of inflation on the world bond market. And, no,
that's the movie I thought you'd make.
No, it's about these two dysfunctional families that are desperately trying to be on this talk show.
Right.
And we follow
Is it the Jerry Springer show, or did you change your name to, like, the Gary Ginger show?
It's Jerry. They kind of changed the last name, but it's obviously my show.
Okay.
And, we follow one family lives in a trailer park, another family lives in an inner city, and we follow their lives. And finally, it's the first time they've been on a plane flying to the show, first time they've been in a hotel, the whole thing. And, it's a funny movie. And it was a lot of fun to make, but I'm just never going to do a love scene again.
Okay. Now, I was reading the book today, which I don't have here. I apologize for that, but we're not the most professional show. And the fact that I'm telling you that is just crazy. Sorry, Jerry. But I was reading through your book. And there's an...
job.
Well, I don't know. We'll see. You never know how long. Now, I was reading through your book today, and you addressed this myth that I've always heard about you. I've always heard this myth that you were in politics in Cincinnati, that you spent some time with a hooker, you paid her with a check, and the check bounced, and that got you in trouble. And, I've always heard that was a myth, and then you apparently addressed this in the book.
It's absolutely not true. The check never bounced.
It's a wrap. Spending time with hookers. Let's all get behind that.
I resent that people question my credit.
Yeah. I hope it's all taken care of now.
Oh, it is.
About the program itself, about the show, a lot of bleeps on the show. There was one show that you had where they counted 130 bleeps. That means that there was actually more time going than there was actual talking. In those shows, can you even make out what's happening? I mean, it's just, people seem to still be watching. As long as a chair's being thrown, everything's cool, but you can't even tell what the subject matter is.
Does it really matter on our show?
You don't think so?
I mean, what? I can't imagine that.
I watch it for content, trying to learn things about the human condition. What was the most, I've heard that there was a show that you taped that was too much. You couldn't air it, and it's never been seen. What was, I can't even imagine.
I married my horse. This is true. This was a true story.
And that's just the scandal, or did he cheat on the horse?
Yeah.
I'm hoping there's more.
There is. Oh,
Because that wouldn't do it anymore. This is the late 90s, my friend.
No, there is more. This is a true story. It happened in a small town, I think in Missouri. 5 years ago, this man married a horse. It was in the newspapers. Everyone in town knew about it.
It's not a stunt.
No, we went to the home. The hallways are wider so the horse can get down. The horse sleeps in the bedroom with her husband. So we had
the horse lies down in a bed.
I don't want to get into details, but
Are you showing restraint?
But anyway, so we brought the horse and the guy to the show. And it's really weird because every time the horse really had affection for this man. Because every time I would get near the guy to ask him questions, because I said, this is the most obscene thing I've ever heard of, the horse would push me out of the way. I mean, there was no sugar. The horse would actually nuzzle me out of the way.
The horse was jealous of anyone else getting into the picture? Is that the idea?
Yeah, I think the horse left. I mean, they've broken up.
Okay.
So we'll do a follow-up show.
All right. I'm looking forward to that. People are obviously very desperate to get on this show. It's become a phenomenon. Who's the most desperate person ever to be on the program?
Oh, we had this woman who was, she was pregnant, and she was like 9 months pregnant, about to have a baby, deliver any day. But she was upset because while she was pregnant, and recently the father of her child-to-be was messing around with another woman, and she wanted to confront this other woman. So we had the show set up, and then all of a sudden we found out she went into the hospital getting ready to deliver. So we changed the show.
You just assume she's not going to show up? She's about to have a baby?
We got a call from her, irate. You booked me on this show, I'm coming. And we said, but wait a second, you're about to deliver a baby. I don't care. I got to confront this lady. This is my only chance to be on your show. I'm coming. So she showed up. And in her hospital gown, now she had paramedics with her. She still had, they put the bracelet on there.
Right.
And she showed up on the show to confront this woman. And Can
you imagine if the baby had been born during that show and that was the baby's first look at the world? Was coming out and seeing the Jerry Springer show and thinking, this is what I'm going to be spending the next 80 years in?
The kid would have gone back in.
Just like I'm not coming out. You talk, basically you talk in your book, briefly, you really talk about some personal stuff. You talk about the time that you lost your virginity, which is a very personal thing for most people. And you talk about it in the book.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah. I refound it, though, which is important. No, it was in the, do you want me to tell the story? It's in the, okay, I was 17. I was a freshman in college. I just arrived on campus, and I went away to school. It was down at Tulane University in New Orleans. And back then, you had rush week. The fraternities had rush week prior to the time that classes started. So my first day, I'd never been away from home before. I'm flying halfway across the country from New York to New Orleans. The fraternities meet you at the plane. They take you to your dorm. You check in, and then they take you down for rush week. Each night, a different party would take you to Bourbon Street. And this was 1961, and they had a house of ill repute down on Bourbon Street, or Conti Street. It was right in the neighborhood there. So they bring us in there, and I'm nervous as hell, because I kind of think I know what I'm supposed to do, but, I've never done it before. So they bring us in, and I remember, there were these women swimming around in a pool inside, and then you're supposed to pick one, and they bring you upstairs. So I'm shaking, and, well, a minute and a half later, I came back down, and that was a true story, and every night...
I hope you brought your checkbook, though. MasterCard.
The fraternities paid for it, and every night a different fraternity would take you down to Bourbon Street. And every night I'd have to call home and tell my parents. I couldn't tell my parents what I was doing, so I said, "Yeah, school's great. The classes. I'm doing particularly well in English."
Fascinating.
Why did we get into this?
You wrote a book about it. What are you talking about?
There was 2 paragraphs in the whole book.
Okay, yeah. I don't know how we got into that. You wrote a book, and you're on the air pushing it, and it's in there. Yeah, that's how we got into it.
And you'll be able to recognize the copy of the book.
It's here somewhere. We'll show the book before we go, because usually that's nice to show the book.
It's called Ringmaster, that's all.
Ringmaster. Okay, the Ringmaster, the movie opens nationwide November 25th. Jerry, thank you for stopping by.
Good to be with you.
Yeah. Jerry Springer, everybody. We'll be right back with Triumph, the Insult Comic Dog.